What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant playoff analysis for the play-in tournament on the Dallas Mavericks beating the Sacramento Kings 120 to 106. I did not expect this game to be a complete blowout, and it ended up being that way from the start, really, because in the first half, the game basically was over. And then we had to see Sacramento try to find a way to reduce the lead as much as they could, but they couldn't even do that. And then the Dallas Mavericks ended up being dominant in this game. The Dallas Mavericks did lose that first quarter, though, 27-29. But after that, they had a 44-19 second quarter, and that was just too much for the Kings to overcome because they won the third quarter 33-28. They even won the fourth quarter 25-21, and they still got nowhere when it came to being able to win this game. Anthony Davis was dominant. 35 minutes for him, 9 of 23 from the field. He made some easy shots. He missed a lot of easy shots, but that's how it be sometimes. He did knock down the three. They left him wide open, basically giving him that shot, conceding it to him, but he was able to knock down 3 of 6. But he also was 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He didn't get 20 and 10, but he had 20 and 9, 4 offensive rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks. 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 10 and plus minus. He is going to have to be more efficient. He is going to have to find ways to score better because, like I said, the further you get into the playoffs, or even if you're going to go against OKC like they might have to, it's going to be tough for this team to win without Anthony Davis being flat out dominant. PJ Washington, he was 5 of 15 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3, but he went also 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He finished with 17 points and 9 rebounds, 2 of them being offensive, with 4 assists and 2 steals, 2 turnovers, and 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 28 and plus minus. All I can say is he had some good looks. He just couldn't put them down, even from 3, but he still found the other ways to contribute and also found other ways to help the team out, even though he didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Najee Marshall didn't even take that many shots. I thought he had to do a little bit more. He was 4 of 6 from the field. He only played 29 minutes. He was 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He also had 4 rebounds and 3 assists. 1 of his rebounds was offensive. And he also had 2 steals, 4 turnovers, and 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 13 and plus minus. He finished with 9 points. Derek Lively didn't do much either. He only played 18 minutes. He was 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 personal fouls, a plus 12 and plus minus with 5 points. And the man that really helped this game go really well for the Dallas Mavericks was Klay Thompson. I know he didn't get 30. I know he didn't get 40, but he went 5 of 7 from 3. They was all at the right time or when the team needed it. But he also finished 8 of 11 from the field, which really helped their offense. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and even 1 steal in the block. He only had 1 turnover, no personal fouls. He was a plus 31 and plus minus, which was the highest on the team today. He finished with 23, which was the second highest after Anthony Davis. Caleb Martin only played 12 minutes. He was 0-1 from the field. He did have 3 rebounds and 2 assists and a block. In a personal foul, he finished as a minus 14 and plus minus. Dwight Powell, people say he might be a big player for them. Didn't play enough to do that, but he also went 0-3 from the field. He did get 2 offensive rebounds. That was all the rebounds he had tonight. That was it. Outside of being a minus 8 and plus minus, Daniel Gafford really put in some work in the 21 minutes that he played. He was 3 or 4 from the field, really physical, playing real strong in the paint. He also went 3 or 4 from the free throw line, finished with 4 rebounds, 1 being offensive with an assist. He did also have 2 blocks and a turnover, 2 personal fouls. He was a plus 11 and plus minus. He finished with 9. They didn't even get that much from Spencer Dinwiddie. He only played 2 minutes, and he was a minus 8 and plus minus. Dante Exum really helped with his size and his length, and being able to see the floor and make the good plays that he usually can do. He actually finished perfect from everywhere. 4 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. A minus 5 and plus minus. He even got in double figures with 11 points, and he played 19 minutes. 18 minutes was played by Brandon Williams, a surprise. People knew he could play, but he ended up having a big game for them, especially from three, where he was 3 or 4 from the from the 3 point line. He was 4 or 4 from the free throw line and 5 or 8 from the field. He also had 5 assists and he had a personal foul, and he was a plus 24 and plus minus. He had the most points off the bench with 17 points. Shooting was really good and really needed, but he didn't just score two. Max Christie, he was 1 or 2 from the field, 0 1 from three, 1 rebound, 1 personal foul, a minus 16 and plus minus with 2 points. And Jaden Hardy, 0 1 from the field, 1 personal foul, -8 and plus minus. Whew, he only played 2 minutes, but maybe he'd be needed in the future. But as of now, they still was able to win without him doing much. The rest of the guys did not play coach's decision. 41 of 83, 49% from the field, 14 of 28, 50% from three. If you're shooting this well, especially they was 24 or 26, 92% from the free throw line, it's going to be hard to beat you. 10 offensive rebounds, 41 total, 29 assists, 9 steals, in 8 blocks, 9 turnovers, and 15 personal fouls. And then the Sacramento Kings, they played some guys, and Sabonis didn't do what we thought he would against Anthony Davis. He's been having a lot of success playing against him, but it didn't happen that much today. 5 of 13 from the field. He did go 0 2 from three and 1 or 2 from the free throw line. He did get his double-double with 11 points and 13 rebounds, 6 of them being offensive, 5 assists, 2 steals, 5 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a minus 26 and plus minus. I just feel like they needed more from him. Like, they needed him to do more, but he just couldn't get it going. Like I said, with the 3 personal fouls and the 5 turnovers, and the fact that he didn't even shoot that much really showed that, we had just go with our perimeter players, because DeMar DeRozan played 43 minutes and Zach LaVine played 44. DeMar was 13 of 28 from the field and 2 of 5 from three and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. They couldn't really stop him. They couldn't really hold him, and they just kept going to him, and he really was delivering even in the fourth quarter. But he could have possibly needed more help, is what I'm going to say, which he should have got. And his starting lineup is 2 guys in his starting lineup. They didn't even get to double figures. But 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He finished as a minus 14 and plus minus. Keegan Murray was 3 of 9 from the field. He was 2 of 6 from three and 1 or 2 from the free throw line. He did get 6 boards, 3 of them being offensive with 2 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a minus 19 and plus minus. He had 9 points. Zach LaVine, 8 of 19 from the field, 4 of 10 from three. 3 rebounds, 1 of them offensive with 9 assists. He did have 5 turnovers also and a personal foul. He was a minus 22 and plus minus. He finished with 20 points. He had some good looks that he normally makes, and he had to force up some shots too throughout this game. I don't really know what you expect him to do. Like I said, getting 20 and 9 is really good, especially because him and DeMar DeRozan ain't going to win you a series on their own. You need other guys to step up and play their role, and they didn't really get enough of that. Keon Ellis only played 18 minutes. He was 3 or 4 from the field, 2 or 3 from the three-point line. He was 1 or 1 from the free throw line, but he only had 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a turnover, and 4 personal fouls, and he was a minus 17 and plus minus. He only finished with 9 points. That's a little bit of a disappointment, but it happens. Trey Lyles, 18 minutes, 2 or 4 from the field, 1 or 2 from three, 6 rebounds, 1 of them being offensive with an assist, a turnover, 2 personal fouls, a minus 3 and plus minus. He had 5 points. Really gave them versatility when he was out there on the court and size, and it was able to just bang and stay in front of guys as much as he could. Doug McDermott, 6 minutes, 0 2 from the field. It was all threes. I was kind of shocked that he didn't make one. He had some really good looks. He just couldn't get it to go. 1 turnover, plus 5 and plus minus for him. Jonas Valanciunas did what he usually does, stay near the paint or at the elbow jumper range. He finished with 10 minutes. He was 2 or 2 from the field. He only got 1 offensive rebound and 2 blocks. He did also get 3 personal fouls. He was a minus 1 and plus minus with 4 points. Isaac Jones, 1 or 1 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, plus 8 plus minus 2 points. Mark Fultz also got on the court. He played 2 minutes. He only did a +8 and plus minus, and that was his day. Terrence Davis, 1 or 2 from the field, 1 or 1 from three, 2 rebounds, +8 and plus minus, 3 points. And Devin Carter, 3 or 5 from the field, 1 or 2 from three, and 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 of them was offensive, 2 assists, 1 steal, +3 and plus minus, 10 points. I like that. He got in double figures, and they really relied on him a lot, and he was able to come through for him. But him and Terry Lyles and Jonas probably was the only guys that really had a big game for them off the bench, and you can even think that they needed to play even bigger if they was going to be able to win. But they can be defensive liabilities, and that was one of the biggest problems for them. They was able to score, they was able to get their shots off, but they couldn't get enough stops or enough turnovers just to be able to stay in this game. But the rest of the guys didn't play. Coach's decision. I did like the 2 blocks that Keegan Murray had on Anthony Davis. He really wanted to give his a big thunderous. They playing in the home crowd, so that was some big plays to show that they still was going to fight to be able to get back in the game. But it never really happened, But it was just good to see him not give up on the team and continue to play hard. And it was probably the highlight of the game for them. 41 of 89, 46% from the field, 13 to 33, 39% from three, 11 to 15, 73% from the free throw line, 15 offensive rebounds, 44 total, 23 assists, 6 steals, 4 blocks, 18 turnovers, 19 personal fouls. And they did barely get above 100, but this was a disaster. It was just sad watching the Sacramento Kings just struggle. It was sad watching them be dysfunctional. And it was just sad watching them play defense because, man, the Dallas Mavericks was getting whatever they wanted. And some of their best and key players didn't even have big games they didn't really need it because they were just that much better than the Kings. If you would have told me that the Mavericks would have just flat out annihilated the Sacramento Kings, I would have been surprised because the Kings got a lot of things that works out in their favor in this matchup, and it never really happened for them the entire game outside of that first quarter. And I was just shocked. Like, the Kings can't get nothing to go. The Kings can't get no stops. The Kings can't do anything to actually be able to win this game. The Mavericks just set it on fire and kept it blazing the entire game. And it was just sad to watch the Kings just go out like that at home. And they even look like a team that should even been in that spot. And that's how good the Mavericks look. But the Mavericks have been this way where they look like they can compete and beat anybody with or without Kyrie. And then the next game, they just be a totally, completely different team. We're going to see what they do against Memphis. I got that video coming up right after this one. And I think that that's going to be a fun series, game, because it's going to test what the Mavericks going to be. You know what I mean? If Kyrie comes back, it's not going to happen until half the season is already over. Plus, he's going to have to need some time to really show what he can still do, how he's going to do it. Adjustment period, basically, is what we're going to need to see from Kyrie. And even then, that will be against massive, highly competition because this is the end of the season. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to play hard so they can get a good playoff spot or play-in spot just to be able to make the playoffs to win the championship. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on Kyrie to come back strong and great. You know what I mean? We done seen to take Derrick Rose and so many great players from us because they never could really get back on. They really couldn't get back dominant again after getting that type of severe injury. But we also seen other athletes be able to get back to it. So we know that Kyrie has the work ethic. We know he has the passion. We know he has the love. But if it's just going to be him and AD, honestly, they need another piece if they're going to be a championship team. This roster is just too reliant on the role players. If the role players are stopped or they can't do what they're supposed to do, Anthony Davis, let's be honest, he wasn't dominating this game. He was just scoring whenever he could, and he just got some good looks that he made shots out of. Kyrie's going to have to really work for his buckets. He always has done it. That's the reason why he uses handles to create space. And then you look at the fact that he's taking tough jump shots, tough threes. He's just that good because he had to work on his game that much to be able to make those shots to be this good. But you lose your burst and you lose your explosion once you tear up that ACL. And he already had knee surgery a couple years ago. Remember, he injured that when he was in the NBA Finals. So that took him a while to get back to what he had to be. And then he left Cleveland anyway. So when it comes to this Dallas Mavericks team, they're fun to watch, they're interesting, but at the end of the day, what is they really trying to accomplish? If you're trying to win a ring, they far from that. And I'm only saying that because I seen the Nico Harrison press conference saying that we didn't have no regrets. I don't really know what this team is going now that Kyrie tore his ACL. I don't really know where they headed. I don't know where they going. And like I said, I've been watching a lot of Mavericks games since that trade, and even before that, Anthony Davis doesn't look dominant. He might show the numbers, but when you look at the efficiency, you look at the shot selection, it's like some of these teams are just giving you those baskets, and you just good enough to make them. It's not hard work for him, but he's still missing. Like, he got blocked by Keegan Murray, he missing layups. I'm like, I don't really know. Like, he's still one of the best players in the league, and he was in my MVP conversation in the beginning of the season. But by him being banged up a lot and him struggling to score dominantly, you do wonder, was the trade even worth it? I mean, Max Christie is a good role player, but they already got a bunch of those good role players. You need great role players, not good ones. And that's a big reason why Sacramento lost today. Zach LaVine did the best he could. DeMar DeRozan did the best he could. The rest of the guys just couldn't generate good shots, or they couldn't even make the good shots. And that's why they got blown out today, because they couldn't even defend. At least the Mavericks came and brought their defense tonight because they needed it, because they was the 10th seed. Now they got to go against Memphis, and I'll be back with that. So comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, do conversation videos just like this and various different NBA-only topics. Also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars, mock draft and draft coverage. If you love that type of stuff, I got over 3,000 plus videos that I can show you that this is why you should be subscribed. Plus, I make videos every single day throughout the entire week, throughout the entire month, throughout the entire year. I will also say thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for continuing to come back. Thank y'all for supporting the channel any way you did. As long as you did, I really love y'all and appreciate y'all for that, because y'all don't have to do it, but y'all do because y'all love what I have to say and y'all love how I do it. And that's what make it being a blessing, making content for the guys and the people that love and enjoy it. That's the best feeling ever, because I really do all of this on my own. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Hope you had a good day. Let's continue to try to make 2025 better than 2015. That's only one goal of this channel this year, and we already had a good 4 months to start it. So let's continue that. Be free, do y'all thing, stay blessed, continue to grind, continue to stay positive. Don't let what happens in the day ruin your entire day. And even then, bounce back the next day and just do it better, and just stay more out of the way of the bull crap that can happen in the world. We know how this world can be sometimes. Other than that, I'll be back with another video in about a couple minutes. Make sure y'all watch that one too. Peace out.